Hello and welcome back to another Archie Diaries video. It's been quite some time since I made a video for this series, but that's just because I've been doing a lot of master planning, drawing and sketching for this paradise carpet, and so I felt like I was doing a lot of repetitive work each week. So instead I'm going to be updating you on where I'm at the moment, the progress so far, and next steps. The year is almost coming to an end. There's not a lot of time left. I think we've got about 8 weeks. So there's a big push. And basically with my tutors, I've kind of been discussing this almost hybrid drawing / model. I like to think of it as kind of a drawing still because I'm trying not to make it any higher than about maybe kind of like an inch. But basically I'm going to be translating my drawings into a layered textured model of this carpet at a very huge scale. So right now it's coming to about like 1.6 meters as a square. So it's a huge task, but I'm really excited and I've been learning a lot of new things. So I'll show you what I've been working on. So as part of my drawing series, I basically created 12 A3 drawings like this one. This was my first one and I think it worked out pretty well. Basically, it's kind of like various components as you would have in a circuit board that then come together to form this city. And initially I didn't really have any kind of scale to this. It was more so incorporating these elements that I had previously designed, thinking about the different pattern styles that I had researched about Persian carpets, and then incorporating my own elements and features and justifying those. So I ended up basically scaling this project to about 1 to 2,000 at this size, and then I've gone ahead and blown that up to A2, so that becomes 1 to 1,000. So basically, as you can see, there's kind of like all kinds of different components, but they all essentially mean something. And so now my task is to translate these drawings into a more tactile version, or like an artifact that can be construed as a carpet. So I don't know if you can see, but I've blown up my sketch to A2 size and it's in the background. There's then a layer of trace to hold this pattern layer, which I've cut out of a thick sort of, I think 300 GSM cartridge paper. Again, this is just a test, but it's actually based on a previous collage of mine, which you might find in one of the videos in this series. But I've basically taken those shapes and created a silhouette out of it, and turned it into this pattern just because I wanted there to be some kind of like other layer to it. And then since this piece is kind of like the corner of the carpet, it has this kind of like edge and border. So in this corner I basically got the sort of base grid, which I've cut in mount board and in this like really lovely green color, again taken from the drawing. And then I've got these kind of like layers of burgundy card that I've then layered so that they can hold these 3D printed components. And these components are essentially what makes this carpet float, because the idea is that the carpet hovers across a landscape, and so these are quite integral in allowing it to function. And then I've also included kind of like another border which holds these paper clips. And again, right now they're paper clips, but they actually mean you know, they work quite differently in terms of the model itself. So what I'm going to be doing next is kind of aiming to make these a bit more bespoke and make them try to like fit this pattern or this aesthetic, or a simple kind of like color palette as well. Similarly, I've got kind of like pins on the side here to sort of construe a more like delicate nature of the end of the carpet, as you would have those kind of like fraying like tails of thread. And then another thing I've got is this laser cut element. This is just a test, but basically what I would like to have is a layer of printed and laser cut maybe card or textured paper that is showing these threads that I previously 3D modeled as a layer itself. I did think of threading like and weaving my own sort of layer, but of course that would take a long amount of time, probably a lot of money, and I probably don't have that enough time to do that. So yeah, this is where the carpet's at the moment. Again, this is just a test and all of this came together in about a week. So my plan for the next week is to continue testing, maybe start creating some of these bigger elements and structures like the substation, test out these different things over here, and have basically kind of like different components for each part of the grid so that it's not all one kind of like layer on top of each other. And again, try and keep it to like a very minimal thickness, under an inch ideally. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. It's a super fun project and I've been kind of learning a lot more things to do with model making. So yeah, I'm going to keep you updated on this journey. But if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram for more. Have a great week.